Good morning, truth seekers. It is a bright and beautiful morning here in West Virginia, and I just wanted to let you know that I am starting to make preparations for measuring the upcoming seasonal transition. And it's been a crazy year, but and we're still trying to figure out what to do for internet and stuff. We kind of moved, and so it's a little challenging. I have to figure out a different way to upload videos. But I live near the top of a mountain now, so I can see the rising horizon way far over there, which is going to be very ideal for the straight line method, getting an early point in the morning. And then I can see the setting horizon too through, you see that mountain range there. So, but the sun's been setting over there lately. So I don't know, there's a road that runs like from here to there, and it's a public road, but I don't want to offend the neighbors or anything, so I'm going to have to ask permission. Find the best place up in this field to set up, but it's easy to see the rising sun, and I could maybe set up on this road, or if I set up maybe on this road that crosses here, right around here, I might be able to see. Well, and I need to see for what, I guess, how do we say this? In the north it'd be the spring equinox, in the fall or south it'd be the fall equinox. But yeah, if I can set up right around here, I need to see the rising and setting sun wherever it is. We're still 3 weeks away, so I think the sun is setting over here, kind of behind these trees these days. So maybe in a few more weeks it'll start to set right where I can see it on that mountain range. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. But I can definitely see the rising horizon, no problem. So that's the key with the straight line method, is you don't have to have a very big sundial for that method, and I'm still testing that method, but it seems to be the best thing so far. But I mean, it's still something I'm testing. I'd like to see someone at the equator do it. I'd just like to see more people on the earth doing it, so we can kind of confirm that this phenomenon is happening at the same time, this straight line for everyone, no matter where you are. But anyway, it's important early morning, as early as you can, get points on your sundial table, and then as late as you can in the evening, and then get one like around solar noon, which is somewhere around like 1 o'clock ish. But you get those 3 points at a minimum, and because the thing is, the arc, it swings, that shadow, it swings the most in the early morning and the late evening. Like if you start to collect at like 10 o'clock and then quit at 3 o'clock, it might look straight on days bookending the seasonal transition, because you didn't get enough points in the early morning or the late evening. So get points in the early morning and the late evening, and you should, no matter how big or how small your sundial is, if you're doing the straight line method, I do believe you'll be able to see that hook at the end of the day, or the beginning of the day. It'll curve the most. So here, the sun, well, my house is like, it is just over the hill down in the woods, I guess. So by the time I'm able to see over these treetops and see the sun rising, it's about 7:40 my time. But when I come up to the mountaintop, it looks like it's been above this mountain range for maybe a good 30 minutes. So maybe I'll be able to get it from 7 a.m. if there are no clouds the day I do it. But then, yeah, just as late as possible in the evening as well. So just wanted to give you a brief update, and I hope you guys will get out there and start getting your sundial bugs figured out, so we can all work together. Because the big question, and the reason I'm still doing this, is, well, because I believe in Genesis 1:14, and to understand time, I think we need to understand what these lights are doing. But it is a question of, where does time begin? And I recommend you checking out some videos on my channel that talk about the international date line, the man-made international date line. But if you just grab a map for a second or Google it and look at it, you'll see that squiggly line out in the Pacific Ocean. And if you're awake, I think you will instantly when you look at that, realize it's man-made. It's not a creator thing. It's a squiggly random line that man just came up with, kind of like how he said, let's start the days at midnight. That's not luminary time. That's man-made time, and it departs from time per Genesis 1:14. Time is associated with these lights, and so the question is, where does time begin? Where does the year begin? And it is an amazing phenomenon that the creator designed. I do believe it's a highly intelligent design, that it's so intelligently designed that it necessitates that you need to confirm what the movements of these lights are in order to keep track of his time. If you try to come up with a calendar that's going to run independent of the witness of the heavenly luminaries, I do think you'll eventually start to drift. And that's kind of the special design that he associated with this question of where time begins. Where is the creator's international date line? And so last year, I think the creator's time began somewhere between, I thought it was somewhere between Europe and the east coast of the United States. So somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, I think, is where time began last year. And it shifts about 25% of the map approximately each year. So I think it's going to jump over me this year, and it's going to start maybe somewhere in the United States. So that's going to make things a little tricky this year. It's possible that some people on the West Coast might see the straight line method a day ahead or behind of people on the East Coast. So it'll be interesting, but just the more people doing it, the better. And if you're doing the straight line method at points as early in the morning as possible and as late in the evening as possible. So that's it for now. Shalom, and may Abba bless you as you continually seek out his truths in love with a pure heart.